Welcome back, everybody, on this rainy, miserable day. I am Dunphy Ford to go pick up. Camera looks a little blurry there. To Dunphy Ford to go pick up parts for this Ford Edge, and I wanted to just give you an update on. Actually, Rayman Ray just did a video about a pre-purchase inspection, I guess, for a used car. I didn't watch his video. Don't take it personal, Ray. And I just want to say how important it is for anyone who's buying a car. I don't care if you're buying it Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, private sale, used car dealer, new car dealer. We have a regular customer. I've talked about her before, Vivian, stressing out over getting her daughter another car because the budget isn't unlimited. The insurance company totaled out the car that she just got her pre-owned that we helped her source to make sure she was getting a good buy. She wants a good warranty. She doesn't want a crappy warranty. And she wants some peace of mind, which is very hard with today's vehicles or any vehicle. So she said, hey, the owner of this blah, 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 somewhere in Cherry Hill is going to come to your shop at 12:30 for a vehicle, for the vehicle inspection and checkout. I was like, okay, great, no problem. That car didn't make it 5 minutes on a road test in our shop before we just said, yep, you can have it back. And his claim to fame with her is like, I've been in business 45 years. That doesn't mean shit sometimes. Family members selling you a car, anyone who's selling you a car, you owe it to yourself to go pay a good quality, high level technician or mechanic to look at your car. A road test is not necessarily this car is good. And I've definitely heard this over the years that, oh yeah, I just road tested it. That doesn't check the whole car out. And the less that you find on your visual and your road test, the less we need to look for it. So that, like I said, that one car failed the road test inspection. And then as soon as we got in the shop and did an under hood inspection, it failed again. It had multiple fails before we got into it. We're like, yeah, here, just take your car and have a nice day. 45 years in business. Another car that she talked to another used car dealer is price range, I think it's 10 to 12,000. It's just between 8 and 12. She doesn't mind putting a little money into a lower price car, provided that it doesn't need an engine trans. She's a real and realistic type of person, and her expectations of what she's buying with my help have been negotiated on how things are going to work. Guess we got a power line down. Oh yeah, we got a power line down over here. Let's do that little power line. Oh, look at that. Boom. Sheesh. About that. So, the next car that she talked to another dealership, she wants certain things. I want a car that's been smoked in. I don't want any interior damage. Yeah, we got the car. Yes. Right? She goes to look at the car, opens the door, interior's got issues, smells like it's been smoked in, closes the door and says, thanks for wasting my time. She messages me again about another car. I'm freezing. Turn the AC off. And that's all this fancy climate control sugar. My feet are always cold. I need my feet to be massaged. Got some heat in this biatch. You hear me pushing the buttons? I need heat. Maybe we need defrost. So she's messaging me about this other car, and it's GM Ecotec, common turbocharger, bunch of common issues with the car. And I said, if the car was taken care of, I'm kind of okay with it. I already know where we're going to go with this. You need the good warranty. Covers the turbo, covers the engine, covers the trans. Everything else, isn't going to be too bad. She's like, I want to buy the best warranty that covers as much as it possibly can. She doesn't want to fall short on the warranty, and good for her. Why would you want to buy the cheapest, crappiest warranty that does nothing for you? People do that every day. I mean, call it not covered, pre-existing. Is there rust? Jerk knee off. Blah, 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 blah. Screw the customer. That's how it happens with the warranty companies. So she checks the reviews on the first guy. They sucked for the warranty company. Second guy, they sucked. Third guy wasn't so bad. So I forget the name of the warranty company. I said, check with Rachel because she knows who's good, who's bad, who's not. And she said, Rachel said that they're actually not that bad or pretty good. So that's a bonus. This next car is coming out of a Ford dealership. New car dealership, Ford. So why would Ford be selling a GM? It was actually a Buick Encore. Because they traded that car in. Customer traded that car in. They probably stole it, right? That's used car dealer terminology. They stole the car from the customer to get them out of that car, to get them into another car. Used car dealers and new car dealers aren't paying up for used cars anymore. You're getting clobbered no matter what on your trade-in. And they're going to make bank on it. They're going to send it to the sale and make bank, or they're going to put it out on their front line and make bank. I don't know the level of their used car recondition department or the general manager or any of that. I could tell you this. There has to be some level of standardization for them to say, hey, this car we could sell. The mileage is right. You'll hear used car dealers say that all the time. The mileage is right. Sometimes mileage isn't right. Doesn't matter, especially on that car. 60,000 is a headache and 120,000 is a headache on those vehicles. So it's a Buick Encore. I don't know specifically what year it is. 70-something thousand miles on it. I think 71,000 exactly. Sorry. So she says, pictures all look good. The interior meets my expectations. And the body pictures look good. I'm going to go look at this car. I said, okay. She calls me. She says, I test drove it. It seems good. They're okay with me bringing the car to you. This is a new car Ford dealership for me to check this car out. She comes. I do my inspection. I'm like, okay, blah, blah, blah. Check all this. She's like, yeah, they did some work to it. I said, okay, let's drive it. And she's a little nervous because when you're doing a used car pre-owned inspection and road test and diagnostic, you can't just putt around in the car. You got to drive it easy. You got to drive it hard. You got to make the car sound off if there's problems. The car's solid for 71,000 miles. The oil change sticker says it's due in 1,000 miles, and the oil life monitor says 75%. It's like, that's got to get taken care of. You're not buying this car without getting an oil change. You're demanding you want an oil change. So then we finish our road test. I do my body inspection. They had a paintless dent repair done on the left driver's door. I don't know if they disclosed that, but that brings the value down on that car. And the paint was cracked at the bottom of the door and chipped off from the PDR. So I was like, all right, we want something off of this car, or you want them to correct it. You want them to do something with it. I showed her where the paintless dent repair was done. It was done okay. The average customer didn't notice it, and she didn't notice either. The used car dealer and the PDR guy already knew that. Difference in skill of people looking at your car at every level. I found it. I noticed it. That's what she pays me for. And I said, not only that the PDR is done, not so good, and the paint's cracked and the primer's off of the metal. I said, but I can fix that. But that's a tool for you to put in your hat that, this is what I want for this car. I go to the back of the car, LED taillight assemblies full of moisture. Another check in the box. Do my under hood inspection. Tires, brakes, all this. I go over the car. I'm like, okay, now let's just run some codes. All the monitors aren't set. Another red flag. So then I'm rummaging through the car, and then there's a window cling that says $13,995. They folded it up and shoved it in the door pocket where you couldn't see it, and then they had $12,995 hanging from their rear window. And she goes, by the time I pay for this car, it's going to cost me $17,000 with the warranty and interest if I run the term. And she goes, I don't plan on doing that because I'm waiting for the insurance money on the total for her car. So we're almost even for the purchase, maybe just a little bit more. I said, I get it. I said, here's what I would do with this car. We like many things about it. They already have no one buying it at the price that they put it out there. That's why they took the window hanger down and shoved it in the door and marked it down the $1,000 or $500 or whatever it was. I said, so that tells me nobody is interested in this car. That tells me it was sitting on the lot for quite some time. I said, so you're the buyer, like you're not dicking around, you're the buyer. I will leave with this car, but you have to either come off $2,000 on the price or give me the better warranty included in the price, or you're going to fix all the issues and then you're going to give me a warranty and you're going to guarantee state inspection, not at my expense and not through the warranty. She goes, I think they put a battery in it. I said, I don't care. That doesn't guarantee us anything. This is the new car dealership that went through their used car department and did not go through a proper road test or drive cycle to make sure that car was ready to deliver for the customer. A lot of shortcomings in auto repair dealership techs and non-dealership techs and used car recondition departments, including their general managers. So I said, they're going to tell them that this car is not ready for inspection. You can't leave here with registration and insurance and go right to inspection because the car would fail. I bet the dealer was probably like, whoa, I didn't expect this lady to have a guy like this go over the car. Plus we have a piece that no one really wants because they had to mark it down already, which has been sitting on the lot. So they wound up agreeing to all the terms of making all the necessary repairs. I don't know about the paintless dent repair that was done shitty. I'm going to have to text her and ask her if I'm fixing that or they're fixing it. Agreed to guarantee state inspection. I think they did give her a little bit more off the price. Fix the tail light, oil change. So just a few things. Like that car just needed a few things and that car was ready for sale. PDR, paint repair, make the guy do a better job, send it for touch-up. It was an easy touch-up and polish and clear. Half hour, if not more. Finish the drive cycle on the car so it's ready for inspection. No questions asked for the customer. They can go right to the inspection station and get stickers. And change the oil. Like it had 1,000 left on the oil sticker and the oil life monitor was at 75% on a turbocharged car. Then she was like, what type of fuel does this car require? I said, it's turbocharged. You should be doing mid or premium, not regular. So that's a little bit of a lifestyle change there. A lot of people don't know that. The value in having me help her get the car and make it all make sense for her. I don't care about the freaking car dealership or the general manager or the finance manager. I could care too less about all those guys. They don't care about you. All they care about is sign on the dotted line, please. That's all they care about. How's your credit? Here it is. How's your credit? What are you putting down? Do you have a trade? All questions like a police officer, so they're setting you up for all the angles. That's how that works. Oh, I'm paying cash. And then you come back, oh, no, I got a trade, trying to throw them for a dupe. They're playing that game 24/7. They know all the angles. Only thing that you can do when you're buying a pre-owned car is have someone to help you look at it properly. And here's the old motto for when used car dealers and pre-owned vehicle sales are, there's a seat for every ass. That doesn't mean that you're going to be the one in it. Got that? There's a seat for every ass, and that doesn't guarantee you're going to be the one in it. That's their motto. So yeah, they got the car. Actually, I'm going to text her now, and maybe she'll let me do the paint work if they didn't do it. I don't know if they were interested in. Maybe that's why they gave her a discount. Maybe $500. I don't know. So I think she said they gave her a discount. So I think she did good. And I told her, I said, this is a lot of car in a crossover mini SUV because they didn't want anything big. They wanted small because she's small. And I said, the trim level in these cars is fantastic, and the amenities that are in this vehicle are fantastic. And she was coming out of a newer Ford Escape, a 16 or a 17. Completely different trim level and quality there of body and styling. And basically, and equal to how shitty GM and Ford build engines. The EcoBoost they need long blocks. The Chevy turbocharged Ecotec motors need turbochargers and valve cover gaskets and things like that, and cooling system nightmares. So it's like, what do you do? What do you do with your purchases? You just got to have a good guy checking it out for you. And check out Rayman Ray's video also. That he just did a video about that he was doing a pre-owned delivery inspection. I'm sure and I didn't even get into undisclosed and undisclosed maintenance, like has it had a trans service, has it had a coolant service. I didn't get into all that. I wasn't really hammering the vehicle, although that I'll have to discuss with her when we get more into the car. I'm actually driving this Ford Edge with 0 issues. So the customer actually asked me, will I give them a guarantee on fixing this car? I said, how much of a guarantee can I give you already that I've been driving this car around with no issues with me just doing a little voodoo stuff trying to chase it down. And I said, I can only guarantee this. It's electrical issues. I'm on the 2 problems. That doesn't guarantee that there isn't any other electrical problems, and especially a vehicle with tons of electrical issues. So they actually agreed to the repairs. I'm at Dunphy Ford now, picking up OEM parts. I am with OEM parts, especially electronics. If you need something, hit me up. Thanks for watching.